Marvel's Spider-Man is one of my favorite games of all time. It's beloved for its characters, its story, its gameplay, its traversal, and so much more. But one of my favorite aspects is one of the most simple, the cosmetics. Spider-Man has been around for 60 years at this point and has a rich history full of so many different comic, live-action, and animated suits. Everyone has a favorite and a suit they dream to see within this game. Within Spider-Man PS4, there are so many suits, each feeling completely unique, and best of all, outside of the DLC suits, you earn them through gameplay. My first playthrough of the game, I practically only wore the MCU suits, and in the million playthroughs I've done since, I've more or less had a different main suit each time. When it comes to Spider-Man 2, I am unbelievably excited to see what new suits Insomniac has in store for us. Here are some of the ones I'm really hoping we get in the game. Alright, let's get the obvious one out of the way here. I'm sure everyone expected this one. Who doesn't want this in the game? I need the Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit in this game. It's not a want at this point, it is genuinely a need. We got so close by having the first Amazing Spider-Man suit as DLC within the first game, and I really thought we were going to get the Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit around the time No Way Home released. But alas, I was wrong. This is one of my favorite live-action Spider-Man suits. It's probably only behind the Far From Home suit. God, I love that suit so much, but that's not the point here. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit, it is gorgeous, and I think it's a guarantee within this new game. Until they recently showed off the early unlock suits with pre-order bonuses, I would have guaranteed it would have been the Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit. Alright, while we're on the topic of both obvious suits and live-action suits, please give me the No Way Home ending suit. This is obviously a contender for best live-action suit. I think a lot of people would say it's their personal favorite, and it's up there for me. I adore how colorful this suit is, and it would be really fun to recreate the iconic ending of No Way Home in the game. With all that being said, if this suit doesn't make it in the game, I'm not going to riot or anything just because it's so similar to the classic suit from the first game and a couple of other suits. If there's an option between this one and most of the others on this list, I am probably taking the latter. However, No Way Home provided us with 3 new Spider-Man suits. 2 of them are terrible, in my opinion, and 1 is stunning. It would be a crime for the 2 terrible ones to make it into this world, but not the stunning one. Okay, this is the last live-action one, don't worry, we're not clogging this up with too many live-action. The Japanese Spider-Man suit is iconic at this point. It's ridiculous, but it's iconic. This is a version of the character from a 1978 Japanese TV show that's, a little different than what we're used to. This suit has garnered a cult-like fan base at this point, and a lot of people were hoping to see him either in Across the Spider-Verse or in the first Spider-Man game. It hasn't happened yet, but it's finally his time to shine. Who knows, if they do suit powers, they could even give him like a mech. That would be pretty cool. Or let him dual-wield AK-47s. There's a lot of potential here. Alright, we're getting off the live-action suits, don't worry. The comic suit I probably want to see the most in this game is Superior Spider-Man. I love this suit. Superior Spider-Man was the first Spider-Man comic I ever read, so it definitely holds a special place in my heart. But also, this suit is just fantastic. The red and black blend together so well, and I'm now realizing between this and the Far From Home suit, I am just a sucker for a red and black Spider-Man suit. But also, judging by what we've seen of the game so far, Peter's iron arms are going to play a bigger role within the sequel, so it does seem like a match made in heaven. With that being said, I could see a world where Insomniac plans on doing something with Superior Spider-Man within the story of one of the future games, so I could definitely see them saving that suit for when that time comes. Just like they did with the symbiote in Spider-Man PS4, everyone wanted it, it didn't happen, it was very obvious they were setting it up for the future. Could absolutely see that being the case with Superior Spider-Man. Especially considering Doc Ock's ending in Spider-Man PS4. Honestly, I feel like it's inevitable. I might have to do a whole different video on that because I could ramble about this forever. But whatever, moving on. Marvel 1602 is a world where the events of the Marvel Universe more or less take place within the 1600s. Within this world, we have characters like Sir Nicholas Fury, who's Hand to the Queen, the Four of the Fantastic, and the one and only Peter Parquois. I don't know if that's pronounced right. It's spelled like this. Do with that what you will. The Spider-Man 1602 suit is nothing crazy. It's just super silly, and I love it. I don't know what this collar thing is called, so I'm just going to call it a collar thing. Is it a ruffle? I'm going to go with ruffle, actually. I love the idea of swinging around the city and seeing that dumb ruffle blowing in the wind. It would also be hilarious if they got Yuri to record some specific voice lines just for this suit of him talking all old-fashioned. I would love that. That's definitely wishful thinking, but imagine swinging around modern-day New York City, breeze in your ruffle and hearing Spider-Man talk in an old accent. I mean, come on. Alright, so there's this one time Spider-Man was accidentally given the power of the universe. Not only did this make him arguably the strongest version of Spider-Man, but also one of the coolest looking ever. I mean, come on, look at this suit. It is insane. Plus, if they can manage to animate the suit to the point it looks like the universe is moving in his suit full of stars and planets, they win. Why would you ever use another suit? Alright, so this suit I only know from Marvel Snap, but I love it so much. It's one of the first variant cards I ever got, and that is the Ben Reilly cosplay suit. Basically, the story is Ben Reilly grabs a cosplayer's suit when he's in Las Vegas and he has to Spidey up. It results in one of the coolest looking Spidey suits of all time. I think I like it more than the original Scarlet Spider, which did make it into the first game, so I think there's a very good chance here. Alright, so here's the first Across the Spider-Verse suit we're going to talk about. I tried to limit myself because I could go on about Across the Spider-Verse suits. There's literally thousands within that movie we could choose from. I'm gonna stick to like 3 for Peter, maybe a couple for Miles. The first suit we're gonna talk about is Spider-Man India, specifically the version from Across the Spiderverse. The comic one is, kind of fine, but it is such a downgrade when compared to Across the Spiderverse. I could see this suit being challenging logistically for the team considering he has his beautiful flowing hair exposed, but it would be awesome to see. I think coming out of Across the Spiderverse, Pavitr is a fan favorite to say the absolute least, and a lot of people would love to swing around as him in the game. Speaking of Across the Spiderverse, I would love to see Peter B. Parker's new look from that movie. If not from Across the Spiderverse, just give him the Into the Spiderverse, but with the jacket and sweatpants. I know we kind of got the Into the Spiderverse suit within the first game, but it's not the same. Ideally, if they do the Across the Spiderverse suit, we could have Mayday in a baby carrier with Peter as he swings around, but I can see that causing a ton of problems within the game. Like, if there's a cutscene where Kraven punches Peter in the gut, now it looks like Kraven's actually beating the shit out of a literal baby, so it probably won't make the cut. But if they manage to pull that off, similar to Spider-Cat in the Miles Morales game, it would be incredible. Maybe put the baby carrier on his back so like he doesn't get punched. I don't know, turn it off for cutscenes. I don't know, it's not gonna happen, but a man can dream. I know technically SpiderPunk was already in the first game, but come on, that design compared to the Across the Spider-Verse version is night and day. I don't want the suit from the OG, I want the man, the myth, the legend, Obi Brown from Across the Spider-Verse himself. Bonus points if they manage to somehow replicate the art style from the movie and have the suit change colors and hues constantly, but let's be real, that would be an absolute nightmare, and Insomniac has so much more to work on besides one suit. I don't see that making the cut. But something like you see in his action figures in certain scenes of the movie, something like this would actually be perfect. And hell, they could still include the SpiderPunk suit from the first game. I know a lot of people love it, but this one's just such an upgrade, I'd much rather see it. I really want the What If Spider-Man suit in the game for 2 main reasons. Number 1, the cloak of levitation would be really cool to see in the game. I love the idea of swinging through the city and you can almost imagine you're Doctor Strange. Obviously, you aren't, he doesn't swing around, but it's cool to inspire that type of feeling, similar to the Bagman suit in the OG. I know a lot of people would throw that suit on and pretend they were playing a Fantastic Four game. Plus, we now know that cape physics are fully confirmed for this game based on the 2 early unlocked pre-order suits, so this would be incredible to see. The other reason I want this suit is it's practically identical to the Avengers Campus suit, just with the cloak of levitation on it. Insomniac would never be able to get the rights from Disneyland, so I think this would be great as a cheeky little reference to that suit while also being something else entirely. I love the Identity Crisis suits. They are absolutely ridiculous, like maybe even a little too ridiculous to make it into this game, but god, these would be so fun. Basically, Spidey had a bounty on his head, so he had to make himself unrecognizable, and this resulted in Peter wearing the 4 goofiest suits of all time, and I mean that in the best way possible. I didn't even know this until I started editing this video, but these suits were even in the Edge of Time game, so hey, this is completely doable. I would love to swing around the city in the Hornet suit. It is so ridiculously silly, and I could even see Insomniac making the little wings replace the web wings as you glide. The zombie Spider-Man suit is probably one I want the most. It is disgusting, like almost too disgusting to put in the game. If they went all out and had his gross skull poking out of the mask or some blood splattered throughout his disgusting and deteriorating body, it would be incredible. They could even throw in some flies and spiders moving around his body at all times, coming in and out of his suit and levitating around him. I can see how this could be a bit much, but hey, the game is rated T for teen after all, and I'm sure Venom is going to do some things on par with what I just described throughout the game. I'm going to cut myself off there. I could name a million more Peter suits, but let's move on to Miles. I have not read a ton of Miles stories, so my wish list for him is going to be a little smaller than Peter and may or may not center around 2 of the best movies ever made. You'll never guess which ones. Anyway, let's get into it. While we did get the Into the Spider-Verse suit in the original Miles game, I would love to see the version with the jacket and shoes on and everything. I would argue it's more iconic than the first one, and I'm still surprised it didn't make it into the Miles Morales game. While we're speaking of Into the Spider-Verse, how could I not mention the Across the Spider-Verse suit? I'm gonna be honest, I didn't love the suit when it was first revealed. Some may even say it looks like he's bleeding from the armpits, but after seeing it in the movie, and even in Fortnite, which pulled it off incredibly, it really grew on me. I still think I prefer the Into the Spider-Verse suit, but that doesn't matter. We can have both very easily within this game. Alright, massive spoiler for Across the Spider-Verse. If you haven't seen the movie yet, skip to the next suit or just get out of here. I get it. Come back when you watch it. I'm trying to buy you a couple more seconds by extending this sentence out as long as possible in case you're away from your phone or computer, but seriously, get out of here. At the end of Across the Spider-Verse, we're introduced to Earth 42 Miles Morales, who's a version of Miles that never became Spider-Man and instead became the Prowler. While watching the movie, my first thought when seeing this version of Miles was, damn, I need that suit in Spider-Man 2, and I don't think I'm alone. We did get a Prowler suit in the original Miles Morales game, and I actually did love that suit, but this one is just leagues better. I believe this Captain America suit comes from a variant cover, but oh my god, it is gorgeous. Am I extremely biased here? Absolutely, Captain America is my favorite Marvel character ever, but come on, who wouldn't want to swing around the city as Captain fucking America? Plus, a suit power involving the shield somehow would be sick as hell. I wouldn't put money on it, but something like blocking or throwing the shield would be so cool. And just like I said earlier about the cloak of levitation addition, who doesn't want to swing around and pretend they're playing a Captain America game for a little bit? Aaron Davis, the Prowler, briefly had his very own Iron Spider suit. While not technically a Miles Morales suit, Peter has had like 12 different Spider-People suits, so I think it's fine. I think this fits him fine. The suit is gorgeous, and there's always something fun about throwing Peter's Iron Spider suit on. Miles deserves the same. Hell, they could even work it into the story somehow if they really wanted to. I don't think they would allow the Iron Arms to do anything, because Miles already has Venom powers, and the Iron Arms are kind of Peter catching up to him. But they could always be there for design. Spider-Man 2 is going to be absolutely incredible, and I am counting down the days till October 20th. This game means the absolute world to me, and I cannot thank you enough for watching me sit here and talk about these suits. I'm new to this whole YouTube thing, so please stick with me. I promise it will get better. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully we see some of these suits over the next couple months, and in a perfect world, all these suits will be waiting for us this fall. Once again, thank you. Let me know which of these suits you want to see the most, and any that you think I left out. And of course, if you enjoyed, please feel free to subscribe. Thank you all. Have a beautiful day.